Hey everybody, welcome back. So excited to see so many of you here. Boy, we have missed you. Feels like it's been, I don't know, maybe a month. A lot has happened in that month, I'm sure, for all of us. So, yeah, it was really busy for the holidays. And we had trade show and we were prepping for HSN. And we had birthdays, and we had all kinds of stuff happening. So the break was definitely needed, but we are so excited to be back with everybody. I've been reading everybody's hellos here. We missed you guys too, so that is so sweet of you to come on and let us know that that you've missed us and to join us again in this new year. So super excited. We really have a lot to show you guys today. As I mentioned, let me see. Good to see you again. Hope we are recharged. And is Alan recovered?
No.
What will we say about that? Is Alan recovered? You know, it's funny you should ask that because he actually went back to the surgeon just this morning, because for those of you that don't know, he basically. What would you say? It's not that your shoulder was dislocated, but it was no longer,
Separated.
It was separated, not completely. It's not like his arm was detached from his body, but internally it was. Internally it was because all of the ligaments were severed. They were split. And this was because he used poor judgment and got on a motorcycle.
That's not
He
why.
didn't listen to his wife. Anyway, long story short, he did go back to the surgeon today because he has a titanium plate that has been holding everything together so that those ligaments can reattach to each other. And then now he's scheduled, in a month?
March 1st.
March 1st, he's scheduled to go back into surgery to remove the titanium plate. And then we get the whole healing process all over again. So, yeah. So thank you for asking, and I'm sorry it was such a long explanation. But anyway, so we've got a bunch of stuff going on. So we're going to start off with Home Shopping Network with HSN. We've got some new bundles coming to HSN, so I want you guys to write this down. And Linnea will get this out there as well. So January 30th is the show date. Yay. First crafting show that we're going to be in this new year. Super excited. You're going to look for Carol Weatherspoon. She is going to be on in the 10 a.m. hour, and then she's going to be on in the 11 p.m. hour, so a long stretch there, all right? I am not going to be going this time, so you're going to look for Carol. She's absolutely fantastic. She has a blast doing this, and she's really, really great. So look for her. Her personality just shines, and she's super excited about really showing off these bundles and all of the projects that we've created. Wait until you see all the projects and what you can do with these. I've only got a teeny tiny little bit here that I'm going to show you. Hello to Deborah. I just noticed from Livonia. I'm sorry. I know I'm kind of interrupting myself, but I'm just looking at here and seeing some more names. Kathy is asking, is it 10 a.m.? Yes, 10 a.m. Eastern time. So HSN times that I give you are always in Eastern time. They're in the Eastern time zone. So that's 10 a.m. Eastern time and then 11 p.m. Eastern time. And that's going to be on the 30th. So that's next Tuesday already. Hard to believe we're at the end of January. All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to the camera above. That's your cue.
To the camera above.
To the camera above. And let me grab my glasses here so I can show you what is going on here. My little sticky notes over here. Okay, so some of you may have seen these. Let's zoom in a little bit further, a little bit closer. Some of you may have seen when we put these out. Initially, we had these on our website. And they're no longer there. They're extremely popular. Those of you that know what our pocket pails are, these are pocket pails, and I'm going to explain them for anybody who is new. So first of all, we have At the Hop, and I am going to go over what the name means a little bit because that is really special to me. But we have the At the Hop characters here. If you notice, they're little. These are little characters, and I know a lot of people look at that and they go, boy, that's intimidating. I'll never be able to color that. When in actuality, it's completely the opposite of that. Because they're so small, you don't have to put a lot of color in them. So you don't have to spend a lot of time coloring them. You can color one of these up in minutes. Here on the back, we show you what all the little characters look like. You can see from these look a lot like a movie that we're really familiar with, right? If you're anywhere near my age, you remember the movie Grease. This is also like, what was the, like Happy Days. It reminds me of like the Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley.
Chachi loves.
Yeah, Joan and, well, no, but what was,
Johnny loves Chachi.
no. What is the movie like that, like inspired Happy Days? I can't remember the name of it.
Grease?
No, before Grease. Anybody remember? Oh
Yeah,
my
that's a good
goodness,
one.
I can't think of what it's called. Ah! Somebody, if you get that out there, if anybody can remember what it's called. And I think Cindy Williams was actually in it, and if I remember correctly, so was the guy who played Richie Cunningham. American Graffiti, Sheila got it. Yes, American Graffiti. So all of these characters, this is all inspired by that era, by those movies. I mean, they're just so darling. Look, we've got a little Sandy here. We've got a Danny in here too. If I can find him, he's in here somewhere. They're just so cute. Oh, here's Sandy and Danny. Here's Danny right here next to him, and we've got a motorcycle. Look at the jukebox. Here's the counter. We've got like all the little drinks and things, and the food from the soda shop. The little poodle skirts. Look at her carrying 3 trays. One of them is on her head. I mean, it's just darling. I absolutely love these. 24 stamps in total. And then you're also going to get the coordinating dies. And there's a die in there that's going to cut out everything with the exception of the sentiments. And we do have cool sentiments in here like, tell me about it, stud, if you remember that. Hey, cool cat. And then, baby, you're the Grinchiest. If any of you guys remember that song, it was Kooky Kooky, Lend Me Your Comb. Some people are going to be going, I've never heard that. But at the end, he says, baby, you're the Grinchiest. So that's what that's from. So let me show you. I've only got a couple of card samples because I've sent everything already to HSN. So here is a card that we made. This actually uses our scalloped rectangles, but look at how darling this little scene is. I mean, my goodness, isn't it just like the movies? They're so, so cute. But you can see these aren't heavily shaded or anything. It's literally single color, single layer coloring. So you color it super, super quickly. Everything is die cut, so it makes it really, really easy for you. They're just wonderful. It's really easy to literally stamp out this whole thing, color it up in like maybe 10 minutes, die cut them, and just start creating a whole bunch of cards. So this is going to be bundle number 1. This is the At the Hop. I'm going to tell you in a moment why we call them pocket pals, but remember when I said I'm going to tell you about the name? My mom, when I was growing up, had, I think it was either a 3 or a 4 album set of music from this era, and this is why I love this era so much. Saturday mornings, we used to clean house. That was our cleaning day. And so that music was on all the time. The album set itself was called At the Hop, and she would actually teach me how to dance in the family room, she and I, while the music was playing, while we were she just made it fun. And so I just wanted to kind of, a little homage to my mom and name it At the Hop. So that's where that comes from. So the next bundle, I still haven't told you why we call it pocket pals, but I will in a moment. Oh, Sandra says we had cleaning day on Saturday too. Isn't that, it's just, I love all those memories. So that is pretty cool. So Sandra, you were probably cleaning when I was cleaning. Kind of, in a weird way, we were cleaning together.
Or many years later.
Well, yeah, I don't know how old you are. I may have been cleaning well before you. I don't know. So, then Soda Shop. Now these can be used independently, but they can be used together. So let me talk about the Soda Shop. So look at this big Soda Shop. Isn't that the coolest thing? We do have 2 sentiments in here. Spending time with you is soda lightful, very cute. And then You're the Cat's Meow. And then look at this car, and we've got the two of them in the car. This is actually, I mean, that could be Sandy and Danny, but to be honest with you, that reminds me of like my parents. That would be my mom and dad, because my dad had like the cool car, and my dad was like the Fonz. And if any of you guys have heard of Woodward Avenue in Michigan, my dad would be racing up and down Woodward Avenue when he was, like 16, 17. But when he met my mom, this is like my mom and my dad in the car. So it's kind of cool. Anyway, this is the soda shop. Now, this is a big stamp. This is a big die, right? That's going to cut out the entire soda shop. We have a die in here to cut out the car. But this is the one right here. This die is what makes it a Pocket Pals set. This die is going to make it so that these doors and windows open and close. And I want to show you what that means. This is why we call them Pocket Pals, all right? Now, you don't have to use that die if you don't want to. If you don't want the doors to open, or the doors and the windows to open and close, you don't have to. That's why we have them separate, right? But if you want it to open and close, and you can hide in these little pockets, you can put little characters, and it makes it totally interactive, which is super, super cute. So I absolutely love this. It is ever so slightly larger than an A2 card. You can leave it like that, or you can trim it if you want. But I didn't want to lose any of that detail, so we just went and made it a tiny, tiny little bit larger. But that's why these are called Pocket Pals. So Pocket Pals, usually there's characters, and then there's going to be some sort of a building structure, a house, a tree. We've had big trees and stuff, they're just so much fun. So you can use them independently. You can use them together. If you have other Pocket Pals, you can also grab those and mix those in with these as well. So they're super, super fun. These are going to be two separate bundles on HSN. All right, so you're not going to be able to get them anywhere else. What is used to color the Pocket Pals? Barbara's saying, Barbara, you can use anything you want. We happen to use markers, so you could use alcohol markers. You can color them with colored pencils. If you want to use paints, you can watercolor. I mean, you can really do whatever you want to color them in. But again, because they're small, you can color them up super easily, and you don't have to sit and worry about shading and adding shadows and all this stuff to it. It's the easiest thing to color. They're really, really fun. What, Alan?
I just wanted to see on your cool guys,
My what?
set where you got the cool people.
The
and
cool
stuff.
people?
Is there a motorcycle in there?
There is a motorcycle.
Oh, okay, all right. All right.
But notice you're not on it. Okay?
Oh, I have a follow-up question.
You're not on it.
Was your mom yelling at your dad to slow down?
My dad didn't have a motorcycle. My dad had a car.
I know, but was your mom yelling at your dad to slow down?
Okay. All right, look at this. We can't even get this one all the way on the screen.
Oh, you want to go back?
Okay, Regan is cracking up. Hi, Lisa from South Carolina. We missed you too. Oh, boy. Okay, so this is Farmer's Market. Do you guys remember when we had the window dressing dies? Those window dressing dies were so enormously popular that we had requests for more sets like them. So this is a big set. Look how big this die set is. I can't even get it on the screen. All right. This one is called Farmer's Market. For those of you, if you're like me, I love like all those roadside stands, stopping, and getting fresh vegetables. I love actually going to the farmer's market, and you can get flowers and veggies and all kinds of things. So Marcia says, yes, love the window dressing dies. Well, this is along those same lines. So you're going to be able to, look at this, there's 62 dies in here. It is absolutely insanity. It is so cool. I'm going to open this up because you're looking at this and going, what are all these parts? What are all these pieces? Well, I'm going to open it up and show you. Alrighty. So let me show you this. So first of all, you're going to get not only the 62 dies, you're going to get full instructions for assembly. And if you notice this right here, that's a QR code. You're going to scan that QR code, and it's going to take you to some videos on our on our YouTube channel. So as soon as you get your dies home, you're gonna pop, you know, that video up, and you're just gonna start creating. Okay? And yes, Donna, 62. It is absolutely crazy. And some of these can be used for multiple things too. So if you look at this where it says Farmers Market dies, we show you how. Under A, it says a truck bed or a box cart, and we show you which die. So when you're looking at the blue, that is the die. And so it's this piece plus this piece plus this piece, and you get this, all right? So you make this box, right? That box can be a truck bed. That box can be part of the farmer's market cart. It can also be part of a wheelbarrow or a wagon kind of thing. So we show you all the different dies that you're going to use to build a truck. Isn't that cool? It's like an old-fashioned truck. Look how cute that is. Now you can do this all in just like a series of browns if you want, or blues, or you can really mix it up. We've used a lot of colors here to really differentiate between the dies to show you what those pieces are and make it easy for you to see the layering when you look at the instruction sheet. Now we've got an awning here, and you can make the awning single width of the awning, which is right here, or you can extend that and make it longer if you want. So we show you all the pieces. We give you supports in the background as well as a foundation. Here we're showing you how to build a farmer's market cart or a wheelbarrow. And then down here, these are all of the accessories. There's all kinds of little floral accessories here, tons of flowers. We've got like jams and stuff here, so you can build little jam jars. We've got some little veggies here, so we've got carrots, we've got squash. There's is that I want to say a radish, but I think it's a beet.
Okay.
But they're so darling. I mean, it's just so cute. So what does this build? We show you two. Ignore the warning. That's just because it's a plastic bag. But we show you a couple of setups here, just samples on the back. Let me pull this out of here so we don't have this big honking warning on the on the screen there. There we go. Let's move that aside. There we go. So look at how cute these are. So right away, we're showing you two examples of cards that you can make. So here is that really cool truck. This one is carting vegetables and flowers in the back. They're just off to the market. Looks like they've packed up their truck. And this one, look at this. We got the little bunny rabbits have their own little vegetable cart. It is just darling. Darling. Here is a card that we made. And look, this is what I was talking about, that awning, right? Look how cute this is. So cute. You can add any sentiment you want from your stash. It's going to mix and match. In the background, all we did is put a little bit of blue cardstock and then a little green cardstock at the bottom. But look at these little bunnies here. So here we have a cart, and here we built the truck and we just trimmed the truck so that this would fit on an A2 card. If you wanted to build a 5x7 card or 6x6, whatever size you want, right? You can do that. And this, I mean, look at the colors we did here. Again, you can use traditional colors for trucks. You can use, if you wanted your truck to be blue or brown or red or whatever it is, or you can really do it up like this and just have a tremendous amount of fun. They're so cute. Kim says, oh my, I'm purging my stamps and dies and told myself that I wasn't going to buy any new sets until I use the old ones I keep. Well, that thought has been vetoed. Oh, you're so sweet. But isn't it cool? Isn't that the coolest thing ever? And again, this little farmer's market cart, that box right there, you use 3 different ways. It's for the farmer's market stand, we use it for the truck bed, and then you also use it if you wanted to make a wheelbarrow. Isn't that cool? So fun. So you're going to have a blast with this. Anybody who enjoys flowers or vegetables, this is for you. How's that?
What are you trying to say?
I'm just saying.
I'm right here.
I'm right here. Who said that? I'm right
I
here.
don't know.
Okay, so farmer's market. The next one that we have, because we had four new bundles coming to HSN, so I've shown you 3 so far. This one is called Boutique Storefront. So this one is the same concept, right? Like the window dressing, only here you're going to be building your own storefront. So this one is for anybody who enjoys clothes shopping, who enjoys pastries or who loves flowers? I don't know. Is that you? I fit in there somewhere, all right? Now there's 39 dies in this one, and it is totally, totally rockin' cool. So let me show you. Let's open this up. Yes, Dawn, an old turquoise International truck. That would be so cool. Okay, so again, you get 39 dies. We show you, look at these samples on the back. Isn't this cool? This one is a little pastry shop, so like a bakery. So you can see all the little pies, they're on their stands and the cakes and stuff. This one is a flower shop. Notice, this one has this big window here, this long awning, and here's your door, there's the open sign. This one we've got in an A2, but portrait shape. We've got the door in the middle, windows on the sides, there's your door, here's your awning. Okay, you can set this up however you want. Totally flexible. If you want to have two windows here and a door, here's a little flower, what do you call that? Flower pop. It's like a window box. All right. Hanging flowers. The open sign is up here. So this one is a flower shop. This one is a dress shop. Look at the dress forms. And we've got little shoes and purses. And this one, again, we have a big window, and then we have the door here. You can choose however you want to lay this out. It is totally, totally rockin' cool. I absolutely love this. So here's your instructions. This is all about, we're showing you how to assemble your pieces. So if you want to make one big window, these are the pieces that you're going to use. All right, 1, 2, 3, and you got the big window. If you want to make a door or a small window, this is what you're going to do here. To make your awning, these are your awning panels, right? So your awning, like this piece right here, you're going to cut a few times. It's going to give you individual pieces. You can add glitter, like use glitter if you want. Like glitter paper, totally cool. And don't forget, we're going to have videos on all this. We actually have them. You just can't see them yet. But craft videos, so you're going to scan that, and we're going to take you step by step through how to make some cards already. Here, to make your building, all right, we're stepping you through the whole thing again. All of your accessories. Here's your open sign. Even the word open is in there, all right? Here's some of your pastries, your cakes, flowers. Here's your dress forms and purses. We've got shoes in here somewhere too. The shoes might not be in this picture. Some of them we had to explain, like the things that you're not layering and building may not be in the pictures. Let's remind you of that. If you're layering something up, if we have to explain what the dies are, that's when you're going to see it all in here. So you're not seeing all 39 dies here. Anyway, this one right here, we're showing you, this is like your hanging plant. This is your planter, all right? Here's some examples, right? They're so, so darling. So here we've got a couple of cards. This first one is like a little pastry shop. Real simple. This one, we have the awning, a little more flat, all right? So, so cute. Big window. Here's your open sign. That looks like a hanging sign, right? Now here's another one here. This one, the awning is more dimensional. That actually lifts up. And you can see, looking under here. Like, let me flip this up so you can actually see the supports underneath it. But this is so, so cute. This one is a dress shop. And then here we've used black and applied a little bit of like white ink over it, just kind of scraped so it looks like a chalkboard, with the big open. So this one is a dress shop. There's the shoes. I used to be able to walk in shoes like that. Now I don't own any at all. But look at them. We've even got the dresses on little hangers in the window. Ah! Now, here's the really cool thing. If you wanted to combine these together, you can actually do that.
You could have a truck.
So if you had both of these and you wanted to have, let's say you could do something where you've got change it up, build your store over on one side here, and you can move the truck so it's kind of so the truck is like pulling up in front of it. If you wanted to have a vegetable shop, You could use the vegetables from the farmer's market. I mean, there's just so much that you can do with it. It's really, really, really fun. If you wanted to have like the cart out front of your shop, you can do that. I mean, it's just darling. I've even seen like stands like this that it, you know, like when you go to like fairs and stuff, like little festivals in like your town or whatever, you'll see stands where maybe it's not flowers and it's not vegetables, but they'll have like clothing stands. You know, go to like those art fairs and things. You could build like a stand at an art fair too, and you could use some of like the dress forms and things too. So, I mean, it is just like never-ending creativity with these two. It is so fun. Absolutely love them. So I think you guys are going to have a blast with these. So don't forget, it's going to be on the 30th. That is next Tuesday already. 10 a.m., 11 p.m. Eastern time, and you're going to look for Carol, and she's going to have all this. So I don't know if they're going to put this stuff up on the website early or not, the hsn.com site. I have no idea. I never know that, but, you know, be on the lookout. But, yeah, I think these are awesome. Okay, so who wants to craft? Who wants to craft? All right. I thought I would pull a couple of things to craft with. Bernie says, great set, thank you. I think you guys are going to love those. They're so cool. I can't wait to play with them more. I haven't gotten to really play with them. I got to kind of test with them, but I haven't got to really build with them. So we're going to do, you know, once HSN, you know, once the show is over and you guys get those in your hot little hands, we're going to do some playtime with those. Oh, Alan needs a motorcycle shop. No, I don't think so. Alan has been to enough motorcycle shops. He even made us spend an afternoon at one when we were in Italy. And we were only there for like 12 days. So
That was just a safety.
Okay, we're going to move on. So I wanted to play, and I thought it would be fun. Some of these things are from the With Affection collection. That was our November collection. So I wanted to pull, I'm not actually using all of these.
Lori's motorcycle shop with urgent care next door.
Yes. Yes, Lori, motorcycle shop with urgent care next door. Okay, you need to come, you need to go, give me the camera up front here, because I have got to tell. I've got to tell. This is what I've got to clue you guys in on this. This is a little, somebody said to me just the other day, he said, you know, I was telling him one of my little stories, and he said, you know, Angie, I think you need a podcast because your life at times is so ridiculous. People are going to want to hear these stories. So I don't know if I've shared this with you or not, but you know, when Alan had his accident, he contacted the guy at the motorcycle shop, the one who was able to see the word sucker on his head. He contacted that guy, and he said, this is what I've done, and I don't know what to do or where to go. Anyway, so the guy said, oh, I've got the surgeon for you, who is an hour and a half north of us. So lo and behold, Alan goes up there. Oh, and the guy's words were, I send everyone there. Which to me is a big red flag. If you're having to send all of your customers that buy motorcycles from you to this surgeon, I think it sounds like a scam. I think they're in it together somehow. And so anyway, fast forward to the morning of the surgery, and we're in like the triage, the pre-op area, and the surgeon comes over, introduces himself. I think his name is Mark.
Mark.
Yeah. And he kind of goes over, he draws on Alan what he's going to do and stuff. And that lasted all of about 5 minutes. And then he says, oh, now when you get back on your bike, you need to, and I'm going, what do you mean when you get back on your bike, right? Freaked me out completely. The guy's already talking to Alan about when he gets back on his bike. He's in it. He is one of these crazy people as well, just like my husband. And so then when I have to take Alan to this surgeon's office after his surgery, I walk in the door, and lo and behold, to the right of me is a big, huge color photo of his surgeon on a crotch rocket, on a track, just like how Alan wiped out. I think it's all a scam. I think the whole thing is a
It's
scam.
not real?
It is exactly ambulance chasing bike salesman. Exactly. This is my life.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to get back to crafting because that's why you guys are really here.
Yeah.
All right, let's go overhead again. And this is a true story. I'm not making this stuff up. If I were making it up, Alan would be denying it. He wouldn't be laughing.
He was telling me what bike to buy today, too.
Yeah. Alan laughs, I think, because he realizes how ridiculous it really is. He just, whatever.
You wanna go
Okay, that's not why we're here. So I decided I wanted to do something. I thought, I don't have a lot of time, and I know a lot of people don't have a lot of time anymore. And so I thought, I don't have a lot of time, and I want to craft, and I want to make something colorful, and I want it to be fun, and I need it to be quick. And that's one thing I've learned about these press plates, the letterpress press plates, is that they really are fast. You want to craft something fast, this really is the way to go. They're so fun too. So I thought, what do I have? So I pulled these. These are in our most recent collection. I also thought if I've got to color something, I don't want to color a lot. So I pulled out these little petite florals. And so we've got two of them. We've got the mixed bouquet, and then we have the daisy bouquet. And I thought, I'm going to go with the mixed bouquet. The daisy, I thought, I'm going to work with those daisies once my daisies start coming up in a few months in my garden. So I thought, I'm going to work with this mixed bouquet. So that's what we're doing today, is the mixed bouquet. And then I thought, I want to frame it. And so I pulled out these frames, which are so fun. And these are all, press plates, all right? I decided to work with the elegant rectangle frame. I love all the detail in this. I mean, I love them all. This one was a little more modern. And I also wanted something that was going to be longer so I could put a sentiment under this. So that one wasn't going to work for it. But it's great for monogramming. And I could work with either of these. I think I've already done a card for you guys with the classic rectangle. And this one was just like, I don't know, a little more girly. And I thought that would be really pretty around that. Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. Around the, no, it was the daisy bouquet. My words are all over, my words are backwards. This is the one that I grabbed, was the daisy bouquet. It was the mixed bouquet that I set aside. So I got it wrong. My apologies. Okay. And then I like to frame them. So I'm going to have a frame on a frame, and I'm going to use the scalloped rectangle. And then I pulled the love and friendship sentiment. These are also press plates. And these are the ones that are all Winnie the Pooh. Okay? So I pulled these as well. And then I just grabbed my watercolor paper. Notice it says recommended for letterpress on it. All right? Smooth cotton card panels. These are absolutely fantastic. So we're going to pull one of these out. If you haven't used our watercolor paper for your letterpress yet, I'm telling you, it is the bomb. It's awesome. The bomb, yes. I don't know what's wrong with me. The words I'm using today are kind of, I don't know. I'm feeling, I haven't been here in a month, so I feel incredibly energized. Okay, so I'm going to set these aside, and I'm going to pull my working sets over, okay? So these are my working sets. These I've got already in each of my little storage folders, so this isn't what I worked with. This is what I worked with. It's on the back, all right? So I'm going to need that, and here are my frames. This is how I have my frames stored. I have to get my labels on them, but at least I've got them in my, storage folder. So here's my frame. And then here's my sentiments. I like to show how these are stored because I get questions about it. So these all fit on one of the standard size. And then I've also got, I actually cut this from the packaging that's on the back of the packaging because you can't tell what these say. So I cut the image off of the back of the packaging, which is right here. and I stored that in there. I do that same thing too, like you saw here. I've got my stencils with my dies here, and then I also cut some of the packaging there that showed how the stencils layered. So that's just to show you how I did it. And then here's my rectangles. So to get started, I'm going to show you what I'm doing here. Let me move these aside. Here is the other paper that I need, which is just a piece of colored cardstock and then my topper. I'm going to set those aside. And then I have 2 inks. So I grabbed my Raven hybrid ink and then I grabbed Fandango. These two happen to go nicely together. This is Raven, and this is just from my stash. I couldn't even tell you what brand it is. I really don't know. But hybrid inks, these are solvent inks. So working with the letterpress press plates with your better press, your hybrid inks are absolutely fantastic because they are solvent inks. They're wonderful on watercolor paper. You're going to get a crisp image, and it is not going to feather or bleed. It's going to be really nice. And then because it's a hybrid, if you want to watercolor afterwards, or if you want to use an alcohol marker afterwards, you can. So I'm going to go ahead. I've got my Spellbinders Platinum 6 next to me. I'm going to get rid of my regular plates that come with my die cutting machine, set these aside. You do not use these with your letter pressing, okay? For those of you that are new to letterpress, you're going to work with, if you have a Go Press, that'll work too. I'm going to work with the Spellbinders Better Press. All right, so for those of you that, again, are new to this, to the letterpress, your letterpress dies, I'm going to explain very quickly what this is all about. Now, your letterpress dies, they are dies, all right? We call them press plates because you're pressing with them. You're pressing into the paper as opposed to embossing, which would push up. This is like, oh, it's almost like a deboss, but it's letter pressing, like professional letterpress. These have a special patented coating on them. You can actually feel it. It feels really kind of satiny. It's kind of cool. But that coating allows the ink, you can ink this, it allows the ink to hold on, and then it transfers the ink onto your paper. And this, although it feels like a cutting die, this is not a blade. It is not sharp. It is not going to cut you. Okay, I wouldn't be rubbing my finger like this over a cutting die because it can actually cut you. It's a blade. But this is not a blade. So here is your letterpress. It is comprised of these 2 pieces. I've already talked about this in the last time we were here, but I'm going to go over it again. There is a right way and a wrong way to position this top on here. If I put it in this direction, you're going to see that my lines are not lining up with the lines on the base. See how they're off? Okay? When the words are together on the same side, they're not going to line up. All right, so make sure you have it so that those lines line up. Otherwise, every time you letterpress, you're going to go, why is it off by, you know, 1/8 of an inch? What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? And I know you're going to do that because that's what I did, just so you know. Okay? So I like to lift this off and I flip it over to here. Okay? So I'm going to line up my die. I love this because this is your A2. This is your A7. These dies, if you pay attention, we actually have on these dies like some, you can kind of see where these areas are going to be centered. But, you know, look at your grid as well. And so I can see on my grid how close I am to the line here and how close I am to the line here. I can use my die where I have these little center points here. Okay, I can see that I'm centered. That looks really great. Okay? I'm going to set this aside for just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and tape down my paper. Now, there's a right and a wrong side because you can feel that lip like when it's cut, right? So I want the right side facing up. I'm actually taping this to the underside of my plate. It goes this way, I turn it over, and I'm going to tape the corners down, and I'm going to tape the underside. Make sure I've got that centered, which I don't. There we go. I am going to tape all 4 of these corners. All right. Oh, you're welcome, Susan. Okay. So I have my corners. Now, I would advise you too, depending on what you're going to be letterpressing, pay attention to what your design is going to be. If your design is going to go out to the corners, you're not going to want to put tape in the corners, okay? Sometimes you might put your tape, over in this area here. Sometimes you put the tape just on the back, like a little loop of it, so it stays, because you're doing a full A2, like cover plate, all right? So pay attention to that. So I want to point out a couple of things. One, I already said I'm going to be using hybrid ink. This is Fandango. Chances are I'm going to get some ink on this base, and they have words for them. They've got the chase, the platen, and all that stuff, and I never remember what's what. So pardon me for not using whatever the technical terms are. I'm terrible with that. But I do want to mention this, Extreme Clean, because I know that I've seen a lot of comments and questions where people are like afraid to get the base dirty. First of all, we're crafting. For me, that's part of the territory. Do I want a big, huge mess? No, I'm going to clean it up. But if I leave behind a little residue, it's not going to be the end of the world. It's just, it's kind of like, the fine little laugh lines you start to develop around your face, right? Like around when you're smiling. And I'm serious, this is true. And I know a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, I got to Botox that. And I go, well, you know what? That's a sign that I've had a happy life, okay? Well, this to me, when I see some of that residue left on there, that to me is a good day. I had some fun with this, right? If I wanted it to be brand new looking all the time, I'd have 2 of them, one that I use and one that I don't. So anyway, if you want to clean yours, Extreme Clean, this stuff is fantastic. It's not going to damage your letterpress plates, and it's not going to damage this. I will tell you this, because this is so strong, I did hold my breath the first time I cleaned just a little bit to make sure it wasn't going to take anything off of there, but it didn't, and we're good to go. Okay, so I'm going to start inking. And I am a little careful. I try not to get, too crazy and get ink absolutely everywhere. I don't want a huge, huge mess, but I'm also not going to be in a bunch of tears if I get some on there. Okay? I'm actually doing pretty good. Oops, I got a little bit over there. So I am going to wipe it a little bit where I've got it, just because I don't want it any overflow on my paper. All right, so I'm now going to put this on here, and I'm going to, there we go. Now, you do run this through your die machine. Now, there is a list of die machines that you can use. You can go to Spellbinder's website. They will list what you can and cannot use, but I will tell you, you can use their Platinum, of course. You can use your Sizzix machines. I don't know the whole list of them. I do know you cannot use the Gemini because, or I think it's the Anna Griffin ones. Those actually have that little tunnel that it passes through is much too short or narrow on the Anna Griffin and the Gemini. So you can't use it on that. These dies, look how gorgeous that is. Is that beautiful? These press plate dies are thicker. I know for a fact they're thicker because I have them manufactured. So they are thicker, and they will, and I know I've seen where some people have said, oh, I ran it through, using my regular plates, and it didn't hurt it. Well, I'm telling you now, it's gonna hurt it, and it may not have hurt it a lot when you ran it through once, but you keep doing that, and it's gonna damage your rollers. So I would say be very careful and don't do that. So I'm going to leave this on here because I'm going to actually add more into the center here, all right? And I am going to give this a quick little clean. Yes, Donna, isn't that really cool how it works? I wish, let me see if we can you guys see the dimension? Our watercolor paper is so fantastic. I don't know if you can see that dimension.
No, can't see.
No?
Well, I can't.
It presses right into it. It is just wonderful. So I'm going to get some of this on here. I'm not going to rub it on right now. First of all, you shouldn't rub it anyway because it can catch on that little kind of cap there. There we go. But I don't want my die to move. I want to leave that die right where it is because I'm going to use it to position the other things that I'm going to do. So I'm going to get my little flower die out here, my press plate. I'm trying to get in the habit of saying press plate because every time I say die, I don't want everybody to think I'm talking about regular cutting dies. Now these little petite florals do come with a cutting die. That cutting die can go through a regular die cutting machine, but the press plate cannot, okay? So let me move this piece over here. And I'm just going to kind of line this up and lay it out a little bit. And I'm leaving the frame on there just so I can see where everything is going to be placed. And I'm going to go with this one. This one says, "Keep me in your heart, I'll stay there forever." Now, unlike cutting dies, you want the texture side, not the flat side. It goes flat side down. And again, I'm going to use all of my little, wow, I placed that in there like almost perfectly. Wow, that was just
Don't touch it.
sheer luck. I am going to use the lines underneath. I'm using the little lines underneath the words there to line that up. This is right on the center, and I'm just kind of paying attention. Slide it over. This is a magnetic base, so that's why it's kind of hard for me to move it over, just so you know. But I think that is going to work. I think that looks good. So now I'm actually going to remove this piece. Put this back where it goes, right on my little magnet. All right. Put this back over here. And now I'm going to grab my other ink color, which is the Raven. Oh, Jean says, back on for a minute as my LDRS magnet storage sheets just arrived. Wow, awesome, awesome. Aren't they fantastic? Love, love, love them. Okay, you will not lose dies anymore. All right, so now if you're seeing where you're not getting some ink in there, just kind of come in with the corner of it. Okay. You don't have to use small little ink pads. Okay, I'm just using the corner, inking it up. What are you laughing at over there? What are you laughing at?
Just how you doing that?
Why?
I don't know. I couldn't do it.
It's just angled a little bit. Now I am going to clean this little bit right here. I got a little tiny bit over here. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to lay this back over it. And run it through. Oops. There we go. There you go. Look how gorgeous that is. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, so pretty. I may have over inked a tiny little bit under there, but that's okay. Looks like it's underlined a little bit. Okay, oops, I need the cleaner. So I'm going to dab a little bit of this cleaning solution on here. I do like to get the ink off of it because it is a solvent ink. And when I come in with another color later, I want it to be clean. Okay. All right. So now I can put these away. And then my little sentiment. Tuck that in into his own little bed. I'm going to clean this up. What color did you use for the flower and the saying? That was Raven. I used the Raven. It was inked in black. All right, so now let's get this off of here. Move that over.
Head's in the picture there.
Let me see something here. Okay. Was my head in there?
Yeah, I feel boom.
Okay. All right. So next up, I'm going to, where did my cutting dies go?
Let me do that for you.
Yeah, I might need your help on this one. All right, so next up, I'm actually going to cut this. I can see where I missed a little bit of the ink on there, just that tip, but that's okay. I'm going to color it in. I missed a little bit on the flower too, but hey, it's crafting, right? So I'm going to lay this on here. I am going to tape this down. So this is my, let's do this. I like it to be straight so I can see what I'm, oh shoot, you know what? I could have used my same tape, but I've already curled it up into a little ball. All right, so I just want to make sure that this is centered. And it looks pretty good. I'm going to do this in all four corners. I don't want this to slide. I wouldn't worry about it so much if I hadn't already done all of my inking. I could have done that first. Okay. Where's the other plate? Oh, here it is. I'm losing my mind. Okay, so Alan's going to do that. So in the meantime, he's going to run that through the die cutting machine.
Oh,
What? What's wrong? Oh, you know what? Here, let me turn it on an angle. Sorry about this, everybody. But
well, I can run through.
no, you could run it through, but it's going to be easier if I angle it. No, you didn't do anything wrong. I should have angled it. Because it has such a big flat edge, it's easier when you angle it. So send that through like that. Okay, so I grabbed a few Copic markers. And I've got, what do I have here? This is Y02, which is canary yellow, RV17, RV55, G14, or 14, and BG02. All right, that's what I'm going to use. Let's get this here now. Get my little tape off of here. Come on, tape. Sometimes you got to be really careful with your tape. You don't want, now this, the tape that I use, I am still careful when I lift it off because I don't want anything to tear, and it can tear if you're not patient with it. But this is the mint tape from scrapbook.com, which I absolutely love. I have a ton of it, just like a whole stash of it. There you go. There we go. Here we go. Yay! Look how pretty. Put this away. And so now I'm just going to add some very simple colors. So I'm going to start with RV55, and I'm just going to add a tiny little bit of pink in these petals. I'm not even coloring them in completely, leaving some of the, like the tips a little bit white because I like little highlights and stuff in there. Just a little bit. Very dainty. This is one of those things where like mass producing these, because you're only coloring such tiny little bits, it'd be really easy to do. Pretty little pinks. So, you know, I could do these these larger flowers like 3 different colors if I wanted, but I decided to kind of go with 1 color per flower type. I am going to put some yellow in the center. That's what the Y02 is. I'm just going to dot that in there. And then I'm going to do these other little bigger flowers here in yellow. I'm just going to dab on each one of these petals. Just a little dot. Press that on there. That's all there is to it. Okay. And then how about a little bit of blue on these other little flowers? And they're literally just dots. I mean, how easy is this coloring?
I might be able to do that.
You could do this, you think?
I won't attempt it, but I could.
It really is simple. I love really simple little designs like these. I think they're really fun. They're really great for, I mean, this is something you can be making while you're watching television, because you don't really have to focus or pay attention too much. It's not like you're worrying about, you know, all the shading and all that stuff. I used to spend hours doing that. Get these little leaves. One color green. I'm not going to be layering greens. Let me see. Got to remember where some of these. Sometimes you want to look at your packaging too to know where, you know, when you have so many images, you're not. It's like, oh boy, what are those lines? Are some of those lines? Are those leaves? Are they flowers? What are those pieces? Here's one. I think this is one up here. And I think this is one between here too. There we go. And then I've got these down here. Get that little tip right up there. Now, this is on watercolor paper. I mean, this is totally fine on watercolor paper. It's Copic markers. It's not going to hurt anything. Is it designed for watercolor paper? No. I'm sorry, for Copics. No, it's designed for watercolor. But it's still fine. It's not going to be like perfect blending or anything, but for just the little bit that I'm doing here, it's really easy. Look how bright and pretty that is. I think I'm going to come in with this little pink right in the center of these blue flowers. And it just gives me one more little element of pink. And then you know what I'm going to do?
What?
I'm going to put pink in the middle of here too, of the yellow ones. I think I'm going to come in with this darker pink and just do a tiny little bit of dark right around the center of each of those pinks. Is this part necessary? No.
No.
It's not, but I'm doing it. It just adds one more, just a little level of drama. There we go. That's all there is. That's all there is. And then let's see. I need some foam. Where's my scissors? Here they are. I need some foam on the back. I am going to put this little card base down first. Make sure it fits. Make sure I've got it cut properly, because we all know I always mess that up. One down the center for good luck. Make sure which way this is cut. All right. It's all sticking to my fingers. There we go. Line it up. All right, very good. Thank you, Lori. Oh, Christy, I don't make it look easy. It is easy. Just do what I'm doing. But thank you. Lay this on here, center it. There we go. You know, if you wanted to add like some little, I don't know, little gems or something, you can. But I don't think it's necessary. Look how pretty. So, so pretty. I love it. Darling. Look at that. We did the whole sneak peek and a card. All in one. Who said it? Who said it couldn't be done? Was that you, Alan? Did you say I wouldn't be done by 8?
Well, you weren't. You were close.
Yeah, I think it came out really nice, and it feels so neat. I love how the letterpress feels. I love how it looks. I know I'm tactile, but isn't that pretty? It's just a whole other use now, too, for all those different colored inks that you have. Okay, let's go back to the front.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Yay. I like it. I hope you guys like it. It was fun to make and easy to make. You just have to have, you know, get yourself a better press. I'm telling you, get yourself a better press and get some of these press plates and just start creating, because it really is fun. It's a whole new level of card making. So, alrighty. So we usually have a giveaway. So for those of you that are brand new here tonight, you may not have known that, but we do a giveaway every week when we do these lives. So what are we going to give away today? Let's see. You know what we're going to give away? Now here's where I don't know who has a letterpress or not. You know what we'll do? We're going to give away our watercolor paper, because I was going to choose one of the letterpress dies, but I don't want, like, if you don't have,
Or if you already have the
yeah, or what, yeah. But let's do the watercolor paper, because then if you do have a Better Press or a Go Press, then you will be able to use our watercolor paper with that. If you don't, then you can still use a watercolor paper to watercolor if you want to, you know, use your stamps and watercolor. So I don't know where my watercolor pack of paper is right now. All my stuff is just like all over the place. Do you know where it is, Alan?
The watercolor paper that I brought home?
Yes, the watercolor paper.
No.
I think it's right here.
Oh, I can't reach in front of the camera.
It's right here. So please, everybody, let us know if you are interested in this. You can only win if you leave a comment, because it's the only way we know that you're here. So Alan's going to do a drawing, and he's going to draw the name. He's going to let me know who it is, and someone's going to win a whole pack of this A to watercolor paper because it really is awesome. Yay. Oh, thank you, Mary. That's very sweet of you. Very professional looking card. Thank you. Okay. Who's our
am I
winner?
supposed to pick?
You are supposed to pick.
Okay.
I need a name.
Linda Higgins.
Linda Higgins.
Facebook.
Linda Higgins, you have won tonight. You have won the watercolor paper pack in the A2 size. So Linda, please, if you will, I need you to send us an email at customerservice@ldrscreative.com. I need your name and we need your complete mailing address so that we can get your prize out in the mail to you right away. Yay! Congratulations! All right, everybody, don't forget Tuesday is HSN Day. Very exciting. Look for Carol. She's going to be on in the 10 a.m. Eastern time, Eastern hour, as well as the 11 p.m. Time slot. So it'll be somewhere in that hour. She's not necessarily starting at the hour. I don't know when it's going to be. She's going to be on sometime during each of those hours, the 10 a.m. and the 11 p.m. Eastern time, Tuesday, January 30th. Yay! We're actually going to be back on HSN again in February, then again twice in March, and then in May. So we've got a lot coming up. You won't even believe what we've got planned. If you're excited about seeing these dies, these storefront dies, and these wonderful pocket pails, you just wait. We have so many really cute and cool things coming up. Don't forget, we try and do this every week. So if you are subscribed already, then you're going to get an email from us letting you know when we're going to be on. If you're not subscribed, go to our website and please subscribe so that we can send you a message and you'll know that we're going to be coming on. We try and do this every week if possible. We are going to be back next week, so yay. So join us again. It's always at 7 p.m. and it's always on a Thursday. So until next time, everybody have a wonderful evening. Have a fantastic weekend, and we will see you next week. Thank you again for joining us. Thank you for coming back to us. We have missed you, and it was so great to spend our evening with you. So have a great night everybody. Bye.